Hey there, Internet. It is Saturday night, August the 8th, 2020, and we are live on the web by way of Twitch as Super Art Fight continues its never-ending off-season. That's right, folks. It's Saturday night, and it's time for Super Art Fight Neo. How's it going, everybody? Marty Day here. Hope you are enjoying your weekend so far. We thank you so much for joining us here live on Twitch as we do every other week. We've got a very, very stacked show for you here this evening. We've got title bouts. We've got mystery opponents, special guests. It's going to be a crazy, wonderful time. Very, very excited to be with you and very excited to see the excitement in the chat already. But you know, folks, I can't do this show without my co-host, my brother from another mother. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Ross Nova. Ross, what's going on, bud?
Hey, paisanos. Hope you're all doing well tonight. So excited to be doing the show. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks. But then again, I kind of have forgotten what time is at this point. So it's great to see you. Maybe that's because we did that Otakon. No, wait, when was the Otakon show?
The Otakon show was last week. It was 7 days ago. You could have told
me it was a year ago. I would have believed it. Time has lost all meaning, but we're here. Let's do the show.
Well, before we jump entirely into it,
let's jump entirely into it. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
A few housekeeping bits. One, hi, new people who are joining us from the aforementioned Otakon show. Thanks everybody for coming out. We saw some familiar names in the Twitch chat, so that was very, very nice to see. We had a great time being a part of the first and hopefully only time there's an Otakon online. We definitely want to get back to conventions as soon as it's safe and possible. Also, another bit that I just wanted to say, because of our relationship with them, and stay tuned to this space because there's going to be more to say in the not too distant future. Our home venue, the Auto Bar, yesterday launched a GoFundMe to save their venue. If you go to bit.ly/saveautobar, all one word, all lowercase, you can donate to that. I'm very, very happy to see of their $200,000 goal. They're already at almost $60,000. So that's really amazing and really cool. And if you have the means to do so, please, by all means, donate. But again, watch this space. More to follow. And speaking of more to follow, we have a very special show announcement to talk about before the main event of the evening. But before we get through all that, we have to explain to you what exactly is happening here, who we are, what's going on. And to break down what Super Art Fight is and what's happening, I turn to Ross. Ross, break it down for the fine people watching at home.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we here at Super Art Fight like to bring you the greatest live art competition in the known universe. That's something we used to do in person. Now we do it online, which just means the wheels are off. And we are just bringing you raw, straight art, comedy, fun, joy times directly to your eye holes. And I guess also ear holes. So what you're about to see tonight is 3 bouts of epic art fighting action. In each bout, each artist will have a topic that they will start with. They have 20 minutes to cover the canvas with artwork. And every 5 minutes, we spin a thing we call the Wheel of Death, which is full of random topics submitted by you, our audience, via our website, superartfight.com. Whatever comes up on the Wheel of Death, the artist must draw, but each round, they get 1 respin that they can choose to use at any time that they want if they don't like the topic. At the end of the round, you, the audience, is going to be choosing the winner of the match. That is, if you are watching along live, we'll be throwing up a poll in the Twitch chat. And so you are going to help choose the winner of this match. And if that didn't make any sense, don't worry. You're going to watch stuff, you're going to like it, and you're going to vote for who you liked. It's that simple. Marty, back to you.
Yes, Ross, thank you for breaking it down for the people at home. As always, though, the best way to understand how Super Art Fight works is by seeing one live and in person. So let's get this ball rolling. Your opening contest is scheduled for one fall and has a 20-minute time limit. Ross, if you would please bring the first artist to the digital canvas.
Okay, I really hope I have these in the right order. Yes, I do.
Bunny.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Hailing to us by way of Daytona, Indianapolis, and the Super Cola Motor Speedway. He's the fastest thing on four wheels, and we aren't just talking about his office chair. Ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by Super Cola, it's Stevie Speed.
Ross, did you like read the NASCAR Diamond book I showed you at all?
No, I didn't read anything. Was I supposed to read something? Was that in my email? I didn't check my email.
Would have been nice. Also, my office chair has 4 wheels. No, 5 wheels. Excuse me.
Oh, extra wheel for extra speed. I get it.
All right. Well, Stevie Speed has quite a challenger. If one is a race car driver, this is quite the unique challenge ahead of him. Ross, who is Stevie Speed fighting tonight?
Do not attempt to adjust your screen. They're pink. They're an alien, as far as we can tell. And they're here to take out the trash. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, give it up for Bunny.
Hi, everybody. Here I am. I'm a trash collector now. That's the only job that's available in America.
Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't expect we would go so political so early. But Bunny, a pleasure to see you tonight. Excellent intro there, Ross. Bunny, how are things going on in the stratosphere?
You know, it's really safe out in space because in the vacuum of space, like nothing can just like get you if you're in a spacesuit. So it's just like you just have to be like safe in space and not touch anything.
You know what?
I have heard tell of a safe space.
Yes, but I think that's a great
You
rule
get outta
for
here.
life in general right now. Like, just don't touch anything and be safe. And you know what? What the hell? Wear a mask. All right. Anything, Bunny, you would like to say to your opponent before we throw it to the canvas?
So if you have 5 wheels on your car, does it just spin in a circle?
I don't know that Stevie Speed's going to respond to that because from what I understand, a lot of race car people don't so much like the insinuation that all they do is go in circles. But nevertheless, let's take it to the canvas. Producer Steve, if you would, please. All right. Tonight, folks, all of the starting topics as a nice little tie-in with our Super Art Fantasy Thursday nights at 7:30 right here on this very Twitch channel. All of our starting topics come from character types from D&D. So in turn, Stevie Speed, your opening topic is Rogue. Bunny, your opening topic is Wizard. It's Rogues versus Wizards, 20 minutes on the clock. Yes, classes. Thank you, chat. 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. Stevie Speed, are you ready?
Think so.
All right. Bunny, are you ready?
Of course I am.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, art fight. Stevie Speed in pink, drawing rogues. Bunny in blue, drawing wizards. And we've got Stevie Speed on the far left, Bunny on the far right. Ross,
Yes, sir.
you've been playing D&D for the first time as a part of Super Art Fantasy, as have I. What have you learned about different character classes in D&D so far?
They all move slower than I thought they did. I think it's my general feedback on D&D in general. But I think what I've learned about different classes, I've mostly learned that it's a lot of note taking, which I'm all for. I mean, I haven't taken that many notes in many years, and it's a good time. But I want to interrupt here real quick. On the canvas, on the right-hand side, clearly a wizard, or possibly Bunny drawing her opponent. As we all know, Stevie Speed has quite the beard.
Yes, the quarantine beard is strong.
Yeah, on the left-hand side, is Stevie Speed drawing Marty the Hedgehog.
Not drawing Marty the Hedgehog, but it is a reference to the Sonic franchise, as I believe that is Rogue the Bat from the Sonic Adventure series.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You saved me from Googling that, which I appreciate.
Yeah, don't Google that. Like most characters in the Sonic franchise, probably better to not Google them. Although you at home, more than welcome to Google and report back with what you find. Hashtag Super Art Fight, hashtag SAFNeo in social media. So we've got what started over on the right-hand side as Gandalf. Now, thanks to the quickly moving pen of Stevie Speed, oh crap, I'm a furry now. That's what Ian McKellen's now thinking. I'm just going to say, if Ian McKellen turned out to be a furry, I just think that would be delightful. I want to see that man just having the time of his life at a FurCon.
If a man with that much beard becomes a furry, are they just called a fuzzy?
That's an excellent question. Gosh, what a gam coming out of Gandalf.
Yeah, that is a Gandalf.
Gandalf right there, and that Gandalf is the great, if you ask me.
That is, he's bringing not just the goods, but the greats.
Yes, yes.
Tremendous. Yeah, and Rogue appears to be using a I don't know if I'd call it an attack because she's just kind of shining. Oh, and her opponent is coming in, you can tell, in blue, and I believe with those telltale hash marks, turning what started as Rogue the Bat from a thing I never played into Garfield.
Yes, Bunny is throwing out a trademark reversal, turning anything and everything that she draws upon into Garfield. Garfield this, Garfield that. Pretty confident. I don't know if you saw, Ross, this weekend, the Indiana house listing that went viral. I believe that's where Bunny was staying prior to the pandemic.
I have not. Remind me to Google that later.
Yes,
I'm assuming it's a house covered in Garfield stuff.
It's a gigantic Garfield painted on their garage door. I don't know why, but they've got it, and it's fantastic. And now...
Listen, when you work for Paws Incorporated for as long as that person did...
Yes.
You
they
can't
were
help
employee number
but feel
2.
the pride. Yeah, exactly. I believe the cat was employee number 2.
Oh, wow. I believe Gandalf is now being turned into Odie on the right-hand side of the canvas. Stevie Speed basically assisting Bunny's idea, but subverting Bunny's opening artwork with less than a minute to go.
Which does mean that Odie's got a sweet gam. Let's not lose track of that.
Yeah.
We now have Odie with some legs that don't quit and go all the way down to the paw. While meanwhile, on the left-hand side, Rogue, aka Garfield. I'm going with Roguefield on this one.
Yes.
Now featuring holding lasagna, and you can tell it's lasagna because it's been labeled lasagna.
And we are 18 seconds away from the first spinning of the Wheel of Death. Again, ladies and gentlemen, each artist gets one respin per bout as Roguefield now appears to be getting some Sonic slippers. And we're at 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's spin that wheel. Here we go. 2 brand new topics. Stevie Speed, Bunny. Let's see what we got. Stevie Speed has Lobster Cannon, while Bunny has rejected Mega Man bosses.
I'm going to go ahead and take that respin.
Stevie Speed taking the respin. Bunny, do you require a respin, or will we be going with rejected Mega Man bosses?
I got this.
Okay,
she's got
Bunny
this.
Saving hers. Stevie Speed now has a smelly monster. You know it's a smelly monster because it has stink lines.
Okay, so as Odie, the wizard, the great Odie the Gray?
Yes, Odie the Gray, which is almost normal at that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I believe Odie the Gray now being turned into a smelly monster by the addition of the pink stink lines from the pen of Stevie Speed.
Yeah, and now we're getting our rejected Mega Man boss over there on the left-hand side. So far, we've just got a baseball cap, glasses, and a beard. We will see who that is in just a minute. And both of them working together here because whatever it... Oh,
yeah.
I see what's coming together.
Speedman. It's Stevie Speedman now being drawn in, and he is saying, I smell great. Stevie Speed making things very clear. Wow.
He's not the smelly monster, but he is Turbo Teen.
He's Turbo Teen, and he's got a bumper and a half, Ross.
Yeah, he's got a badumpa bump.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not proud of that one.
Yes.
Oh, spoiler alert, Marty.
Oh,
He's got a spoiler.
God. Jesus Christ.
I'm done.
Chat was right there with you at the same time, Ross. Chat was right there with you at the exact same time.
Thank you, President Dog. Is a sentence I did not expect to say today, but I'm all for it.
Oh, hang on.
Yes.
Odie the Gray on the right-hand side is saying, I ate bunny, now I stank.
Okay, great.
I didn't know bunny was like
that.
garlic. I didn't know that was a thing.
First off, it's action that happened off canvas, which is poor writing. I think we can all agree.
Yeah. I don't know if I can
have
fit
the
this
action
into the
happen
Super
on
Hard
screen.
Fight canon.
Yeah, and also is bunny like garlic? What are we saying here? Or when you eat bunny, does your pee smell weird later? Like what?
Like asparagus?
Like asparagus? No, I was jumping over there on that one.
Oh, and Odie now holding soap. Excellent addition from Bunny. Now trying to clean up the mess that Stevie Speed left for her. As Stevie Speedman there in the center, 12 minutes remaining. Another spin coming at the 10-minute mark. Of course, Stevie Speed no longer with the respin. Bunny still has one. Normally, folks, this would be the time in the chat that we would, time in the show rather, we would turn to Adam in Saf Copter 1. Of course, if you caught the last episode of Neo 8, you saw that we finally heard from him after the copter crash. We were kind and gave Adam a week off so he could continue to recover from his experience in downtown Boston.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Adam since the last show. We're not sure exactly where he is. We believe him to be at Small. So if you see him anywhere around Baltimore, please let us know. Hashtag AdamWatch. And we're trying to track him down. Just look for a man in either black and white stripes, black and white checkers. Basically someone that looks like they could work at Foot Locker, but in fact loves Super Art Fight, bands, and ska.
Yeah, many times bats find each other via echolocation. In turn, if you could wander around downtown Baltimore blasting ska, you will find Adam eventually.
Yes, you will also find half of MagFest.
That's true. They found their ways. Now it looks like we had Patrick from SpongeBob appear in the lower right-hand side of the canvas. And now here comes John. Here comes John over on the far left of the canvas. But John now being given a hat and an earpiece. I'm not sure what's happening over there, Ross. Stevie Speed and Bunny both fighting. Oh, I understand. John is now part of the pit crew saying, come into pit. And we've got 10 seconds
Cola
to the next
pit crew. Great.
Yes.
Okay, 5 seconds. Be sure, those of you in the chat, to hit the Wheel of Death emote a million times. Here we go.
All
Spin that wheel.
2 brand new topics, ladies and gentlemen. Unhappy Little Trees goes to Stevie Speed, and Bunny gets Haunted Canvas. Haunted Canvas. Would you like a respin, Bunny, or are you going to go with the Haunted?
It's spooky. I'm staying with it.
All right, Bunny knows her lane. She likes drawing spooky things, so she's keeping the Haunted Canvas. And just a polite reminder, folks, especially as we are in the month of August now, you see those sweet Wheel of Death 321 and Art Fight emojis. You can get those yourselves by subscribing to this very Twitch channel. Your subscription goes to support this show and us doing additional events, as does, of course, following us on Patreon, patreon.com/superartfight, or heading to our Etsy store and picking up some sweet Super Art Fight merch, superartfight.etsy.com. So if you want to support the show, subscribe, or by all means, support us on Patreon or with some sweet, sweet swag. So down there in the lower left part of the canvas, we've got some spooky, sad trees. We've got a weird ghost. It looks like the unhappy little trees and the haunted canvas are kind of coming together in a world that kind of looks like the early Kirby games on the NES, if I'm honest.
Yeah, and also I believe I believe John is turning into a tree. What started as John from the Pit Crew is now also part tree. I'm getting David the Gnome flashbacks a little bit there.
Yes.
He became a tree at the end of that show. No one remembers David the Gnome. Let's move on.
I remember David the Gnome, but also I'm old like you, so.
Groot. That's a Groot thing. Let's just go with that.
That's for
the kids. The kids will get that.
The kids like the Groot and the Fortnite. That's what I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some internal love in our internal chat for David the Gnome, which I really appreciate. While meanwhile, here on the canvas, I don't want to skimp on this. I really think we got to take this Turbo Teen Stevie Speed and make it into a t-shirt. It's really fun and cute.
Yeah, it's gosh darn adorable. And you know what? It's another way to show love for Stevie Speed that also doesn't involve giving dirty money to the folks at Super Cola. Super Cola, they're worse than Nestle. 7 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. That means 2.5 minutes to the final spin of the Wheel of Death. And then we are going to throw it to you, the fine folks in chat. You will be voting all night long. And yes, there must be winners, including in our main event of the evening, the long-awaited throwdown for the Pixel Weight Championship. Red Erin defending against Rave Royale. That's going to be our main event, bout number 3, so stick around. 7 minutes to go. Ross, what do you see on the canvas, my friend?
Well, you know, there's a lot happening. We're getting quite the detailed tree there on the left. A lot of the spooky, stinky fire lines there on the right, which with 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go, leaves our artists not a lot of room to work in these last crucial minutes. Now, back when we were doing live shows, I would say that would be a problem for those in the back to see what those artists were doing. And also, you know, maybe a problem for the artist to really work in. With the digital medium, it's a little less detrimental because we've got a little more ability for artists to work on top of art. We've got a little more ability for artists to zoom in, add details, make them count there. Though we do have some limitations on sizing, it's a little less of a death sentence as it might have been in a previous world back when we would be doing this live with Sharpies. But that still being said, not a lot of room to work with, so both artists are going to need to get a little more creative with where they're deciding to put things, turning things into other things, working on top of what's already been done. But of course, whenever you're doing that, you got to make sure that it's clear, make sure the audience can see what you're doing, the audience can really take in what you've done and can tell what's happened at the end of the day.
Now, Ross, one of the things that's worth noting here, Bunny having haunted canvas, is the different versions of haunted we're seeing. We've got horrifying melted ghosts at the bottom of the canvas. We've got an adorable Pac-Man ghost almost in the center of the canvas. We've got big looming ghosts on the right. Bunny is taking us on an artistic tour of hauntings throughout this bout. And
we're just missing Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, that's really the big thing. And with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 brand new topics coming in from the Wheel of Death. It'll be interesting to see what these artists do. Stevie Speed getting Furious George, and Bunny with a respin stone in the chamber. You have Space Cows. You gonna keep that, Bunny, or would you like the respin?
I'm gonna keep it.
All right, Bunny, again, sort of keeping it in her wheelhouse with space, got the Space Cows. So, Space Cows for Bunny, Furious George from Stevie Speed.
Oh, now, interestingly, another new artifact of the digital medium, we had a very large dialogue bubble taking up that crucial last minute of space. Artists have gotten that out of the way, giving them both a little bit more room to work.
Wow.
And when every little pixel per inch counts, both artists are making good use of that space. So now we're getting that Space Cow there middle. And right above it, our Furious George. I'm getting the Furious. I guess that face is named George.
Yeah,
Marty?
yeah. Furious Jorge in the center of the canvas there. And our space cow, you know what? This may be a reference for no one but me, but I'm going to put it out there. Maybe Ross, you remember this. Ross, did you ever read the Archie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, one of the random assorted friends, and this is the early 90s, was a gigantic floating space cow head, and that's the vibe I'm getting from what Bunny's drawing right now.
In a Ninja Turtle Archie comic, there's a floating space cow head.
Archie published a Ninja Turtles comic called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures in the early 90s, and it had a character named Cuddly, which was a gigantic
Archie was not in this comic.
No, Archie was not in this comic.
Okay, because I want to see that crossover.
Again, this may be for no one, but I know that series got republished recently, so
I think I saw there was like a Stingray looking guy from that comic series.
Yes.
I think I had like one random comic from it. Yeah, but I really want to see Jughead and Michelangelo hang out. I think it'd be really fun.
It'd be great. I actually was reading Batman TMNT earlier today.
Thanks to the channel for alerting us to Cuddly the cow.
Thank you, Dr. Surgeon Guy. Tremendous.
Finding the trans-dimensional cow that appeared.
What did I say? It was a giant floating space cow head.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Surgeon Guy. Dr. Surgeon Guy, you know what? This ever becomes a thing, Dr. Surgeon Guy's getting a job as a researcher for the show. Hands down.
Why not? He's already a doctorate, you know?
Fair. And a surgeon. And we assume a gentleman. Furious George there in the center of the canvas. Definitely furious, as another Furious George gets drawn on the right-hand side with 1 minute, 54 seconds to go.
Yeah, I cannot believe we still have 2 minutes left in this bout with this much of the canvas covered. I mean, both artists are really trying to figure out where to go now. We've got a tiny cow being drawn on top of Furious George there by Bunny.
Oh, and Furious George actually got turned into a cow as well. You can see the blue edition, because Bunny was blue, the blue edition of the cow-like ears with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Tremendous reversal from the pen of Bunny.
This is that classic, like, last-minute art fight topic where it's what was that last thing that I can turn everything on the canvas into, you know?
Yes,
sometimes
indeed.
It's bunnies, sometimes it's mustaches, sometimes it's pirates, but it's really like, what is that attribute that I can add to every other thing to make everything on the canvas my thing? And we're seeing it a little bit here, but we're also seeing Stevie Speed doing some phenomenal face work, if I do say so. We are getting quite the furiousness right there in the middle of the canvas. I would dare say the fate of the furiousness.
Very true. Very, very true.
I would say it's almost too fast and too furious. Marty?
I would dare say the fate of the furious will be decided in 30 seconds as we will throw it to the chat to make that all-important, vote. As I burp, my apologies. And now this entire canvas just getting lines upon lines upon lines. Stevie Speed trying to pull it together.
Spirit bomb right in the middle, apparently.
All of the rage from Furious George just all over this canvas with 5 seconds to go.
He's been quarantined too long, Marty. He just wants out.
1-0.
He just wants a burger.
Caps on markers. That's an art fight, ladies and gentlemen. An incredible match. That just went everywhere on the canvas. Like every single pixel is just covered in artwork. One hell of an opening round. And we're going to post the poll in the chat in just a moment to find out the victor between Stevie Speed in pink and Bunny in blue. And while you vote, of course, Ross and I will be interviewing the competitors. I see the vote is now up. So Stevie Speed, you had yourself quite the challenge in front of you in Bunny. At the end there, it looked like Furious George started to take over the canvas. Can you walk us through what you were aiming for there?
Well, Marty, I got to tell you, I got that topic and I just sort of blacked out for 5 minutes.
Tremendous. Are you feeling okay now?
I can't feel my legs, Marty.
Well, I think that may be due in part to your gamer chair, but some of the other topics that you were able to
Speed
really make
chair,
pop
Marty.
here.
It's called a speed chair.
Sorry, speed chair. Some of the topics you're able to make work for you. I applaud you as a proud fan of the Dreamcast for throwing out Rogue the Bat at the beginning. Your feelings on the Sonic franchise, Stevie Speed.
Marty, he goes fast, and I appreciate that. And I just wanted to draw his really, really, really hot friend who definitely did not ever awaken anything inside of me.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at
I just
all.
want to make this clear. Did not awaken anything in me.
Nothing in the least, I'm sure. All right. Well, Stevie Speed.
Do you
thank
hear
so
that,
much.
Mom?
Stevie Speed, thank you so much for joining us. On the other side, Ross, chat with Bunny for a bit, if you please.
You got it. Those of you in the chat, now is your last chance to vote. So be sure to get those votes in. It is still neck and neck, and we want to hear from you. Bunny, a close match and not a lot of room to work at the end there. What was your favorite thing you got to draw?
It was probably when I turned the sexy furry animal into a sexy Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your?
I had to disassociate it for Steve.
Mm-hmm. What is your cultural familiarity with Garfield? Are you a big Garfield fan?
Well, I mean, we only started getting them like recently, like we're in like 1977, 78. I just saw the pipe strip. It's really interesting.
Oh, okay, great. You are slowly getting the comics on a 30-year syndication lag, 60-year syndication lag, 50-year.
And I argue that Heathcliff
40-year,
popular.
40-year syndication lag. That's what I meant. Heathcliff, what?
Heathcliff. He was here first. Garfield
Who knew?
paled in comparison.
All right, great, cool. Did you get any other comics in space?
No. News is kind of slow.
All right, great. All right, do we have a winner?
Well, voting has just now closed. And let's find out our winner of bout number one. Producer Steve, if you could, please. Buddy takes the victory here in bout number one. Sorry, Supra Cola, your man didn't win. Hell of a match there. Bunny, anything you would like to say to the audience watching at home?
In order for your car to work in space, you don't need any tires. You just
Fair
need
point.
a really fast spaceship.
Fair point. Fair point. Is there anywhere people can follow you on the internet? Anything you'd like to plug?
Yes, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Owlyan, which is spelled Al-Y-Y-N.
Tremendous. L-Y-Y-N. Thank you, Bunny. We look forward to seeing you more on the canvas in the not too distant future. On the other side of the canvas, though, that takes us to Mr. Speed. Stevie Speed, this one did not work out for you. What's going through your head here?
I'm just worried for my kneecaps, Marty. The sponsors are not happy.
Well, if anything, you might be able to get some new sponsors. Nearest as I could tell, based on the world of podcasts, Manscaped is taking anybody.
No. We can't talk about new sponsors in public. They just.
Okay. All right. You got it. Well, while we're keeping it quiet, how about you just very quickly throw out some plugs? Where can people follow you? Where can people check out your stuff?
You can find me at SA Boyland on Twitter and watch me tweet without context about NASCAR, and it will not make sense to almost anybody watching this stream right now. It'll be great.
Tremendous. Follow him early and often. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get ready with bout number 2 of 3 here tonight. We're very excited about this evening's second contest, as we will have our first guest competitor, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get into that in just a moment. Before we do start the announcements, again, superartfight.com is your home for all things Super Art Fight. If you'd like to pick up some Super Art Fight merch, superartfight.etsy.com. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/superartfight. You get an episode of Super Art Fight Uncapped every month. if you hit that tier. And also, if you just subscribe here, get those really cool emotes that everybody's been spamming in chat. And by all means, chat, spam and spam away. But with that, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and has a 20-minute time limit. Ross, if you please, bring out our special guest competitor.
Oh, okay. So, joining us after a many-year hiatus of Super Art Fight, hailing to us from gosh darn Shepherdstown, West Virginia, comic artist extraordinaire and Dr. Mario expert, whose newest comic series, Elephant Town, can be found on both Instagram and Patreon, and hopefully soon in other places. Be sure to give it up in the way that you can through the internet for Danielle Corsetto, everybody.
Glad you recognize the only pop culture that I'm aware of. Thank you, Ross.
It's my pleasure. Luckily, I don't think the culture has moved past Dr. Mario still being cool, so you're good. So how long has Elephant Town been running?
Just since May. That's it.
And what's the elevator pitch premise of it all?
Because it's been so easy to just not bother with the stuff. We haven't had conventions. My first time, I guess.
But this is a comic you've been thinking about and working on for like 10 years, right?
Just two. It's still a long time, but it's a comic.
What is time?
Yeah, exactly. It takes place in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, which is where I am right now. And it's 4 different people who live in the same house but don't know each other. And we follow them chapter by chapter, and maybe they'll intersect, maybe they won't. And maybe there'll be an elephant, maybe there won't.
All right, great. I'm glad we give you an opportunity to work on that elevator pitch.
Thank you. I'll work on that
Yeah.
a lot more.
But it's awesome, and I read it, and if you like comics, I recommend checking it out. Now, on to her opponent. From the deepest, darkest, moshiest of pits, responsible for the most metal parts of the periodic table, here to melt faces with the power of metal, the current Super Art Fight champion, it's DIETANIUM!
Greetings, loyal art fans! It is good to see you again! Make some noise in the chat if you have missed your champion on her short hiatus! I presume you are making much noise, and if you are not, you've got another thing coming!
Well, DIETANIUM, it has been a little bit since we've seen you. It is a pleasure, though, to have you back on the canvas. How have you been spending your time away from the canvas?
Oh, you know, the usual things. Skinning elephants to make the strings of my 6-stringed axe. I do not know if they hail from the village in which Miss Corsetto has placed her very interesting sounding comic. I have no idea what she is talking about with this underdeveloped up and down machine pitch.
Well,
What?
Well, DIETANIUM, but before you talk too much more smack, maybe we should throw it to the canvas. Producer Steve, if you please.
Make it happen.
Yeah, the action for this is going to get wild again. We've got character classes for the starting topics here. On the left in green, that is DIETANIUM, starting with Ranger, perhaps a Night Ranger. And then on the right-hand side with Druid is Danielle Corsetto. So let's go ahead and start this off. DIETANIUM, are you ready?
I am always ready!
Danielle, are you ready?
I'm terrified, but yeah.
Tremendous. Well, off to the wolves. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Art fight. 20 minutes on the clock. We've got DIETANIUM coming off of a 3-week hiatus, 4-week hiatus of doing Super Art Fight bouts, while Danielle Corsetto attacking the art fight canvas for the first time in, I believe, 11 years. So,
Wow.
yeah. That's not a joke. I think that's accurately how long. Baltimore Comic-Con weekend 2009, I think. So yeah.
I think that sounds about right. So here on the canvas though, we've got DIETANIUM working in green on the left-hand side, and starting on the right-hand side, we have Danielle working in purple. Now, of course, with this being a digital canvas, as opposed to our normal live shows, normal, what's normal anymore? Our old live shows back when that was a thing, artists can work literally anywhere at any time. You can be jumping all over this canvas back and forth. You're not worried about getting the other person out of your way. You can just jump over as much as you want. But, as we see through our bouts and as we've seen in the past, generally there is a bit of a tempo to these things. You've got both artists trying to draw that kind of signature anchor image at the beginning of the match. But then, of course, as the match goes on and things go a little more all over the place, and then it just becomes, who knows, craziness, just sheer chaos.
Absolute
yes.
ridiculousness, Ross. And we are seeing that ridiculous start as with the Ranger topic. We've got a trebuchet. I'm not sure how that ties directly to Ranger, but maybe we'll find out. And on the Druid side, I see a smartphone, Ross. Am I?
Yeah, that is in fact a smartphone.
Okay.
Which already technologically is winning this bout.
Yes.
Because we've got a catapult against a smartphone. Now, depending on what Arrow's smartphone this is and what sort of case is on it, it may be able to withstand that first hit. It's really unclear. Sometimes you drop it just a little bit and you drop it from 2 feet and suddenly the whole thing goes crack, but you drop it from 10 stories and it's fine. So, this might be the most impervious or least impervious device we've ever seen on an art fight canvas party.
Very, very true. I believe Otterbox does test out all of their gigantic cases by throwing them in a trebuchet and launching them across their corporate headquarters.
Why aren't we building the wall out of that?
Great question. Also, I see someone in the chat is saying that's not actually a trebuchet.
That's just a catapult, isn't it? Yeah, a trebuchet would do the flippy do around first, right?
Okay. Well, we don't know that. DIETANIUM, what is going on over there on the right? We got a green smushy face. What's going on?
Well, I thought that it would be appropriate to upgrade our kind guests, very well-known work girls with slingshots to maidens with catapults.
Tremendous. Now, is the catapult, Ross, do you know if the catapult is a standard weapon of a ranger? Because that's a new one for me.
I don't know if any particular Dungeons and Dragons class is particularly known for having any particular siege weapon. Maybe dwarves have some sort of I don't know.
Catapult axe, that's...
I don't know. I'd have to ask some of our more learned D&D experts. But unfortunately, they're not up until later bouts. Remind me to check in with Rave Royale on that one. I bet Rave knows all about siege weapons in D&D and their possible class advantages. So we can check in on that later. But here on the campus, we're getting our druid together, and it's, I believe, we're getting an iPhone selfie of a druid.
Nice. I mean, I feel like between the first bout and the second bout, we are essentially just catering the artwork of tonight's show to a number of very specific fetishes. And you know what? We're all here for it, I think.
That's darn true. And this is from the chat, from Miranda PF. She's super duper popular on DrewTube.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I can't take credit for that one. I really
can't. The wheel of death is now spinning. First topics coming up in this bout. DIETANIUM gets sunglasses at night. Sunglasses at night for Titanium. And Danielle, your first topic is Fursonas all around.
So
Titanium, would you like a respin?
I sure would like a respin.
Okay,
And Danielle?
Danielle, would you like a respin?
I actually understand what a fursona is, so I'm going to keep that.
All right,
Nice.
there we go. There we go. Well, Titanium, you now get Eldrick Presley, which I assume is a combination of an Eldrick horror and Elvis Presley. So it's an Eldrick horror with some sweet, sweet hips.
Or an amazing sideburns.
Yeah.
The question is, are there 8 sideburns on it?
We will have to see.
Yeah, so we're getting now right before the respin, we saw kind of really our first attack of the match as Titanium starts drawing her signature corpse paint right onto our druid from Danielle there on the iPhone. While meanwhile, now on the right-hand side, we've got Titanium drawing our Eldritch Presley. I
Yes.
can't say it with a straight face.
Yes.
Is it Eldrick? Eldritch?
Sure. I'll be honest. I'm not familiar enough to say, but it does appear to be pulling from the fat, bloated 70s Elvis variety. But hang on. Danielle, right on top of Titanium here.
Yeah. Turning that
Turning it-
into a fursona.
Yes. Turning it around, adding some very nice fuzzy arms, shades of Robin Williams as they get illustrated on the right-hand side onto that Eldrick Presley.
And a
And,
big fuzzy tail.
Yeah, actually kind of squirrelish, if you will,
Yeah,
between
I'm
the
getting
leg
some
structure
squirrel
and the
vibes.
tail structure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need any moldy jam to know that that is a squirrel.
Oh, and a very, very nice thong right there in the center. Little bit of a cod piece. Excellent work, Danielle.
That's what we call an acorn hammock.
So it's Eldritch, not Eldrick. Thank you, chat. And I will just clarify because this has come up earlier. Yes, I know that's Colleen, but I'm trying to maintain kayfabe. Thank you. 12 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in this contest as Ross joins the chat to point out the acorn hammock. It's a strong acorn hammock.
That joke didn't get enough love.
Sorry, buddy.
I decided
buddy.
I needed to repeat it in the chat.
And our ranger that got launched into the front part of the canvas now getting a sweet tail. Very sweet
well,
tail.
you know, when you've got a topic like fursonas all around, the great thing about that is you can use it the entire rest of the bout whenever you're not sure what to do, and just add fur to stuff, add animal details to it, to anything that's been drawn. You've got a lot of opportunity to just take whatever that thing is. Like we were talking last match, whether it was cows last match or mustaches or bunnies or whatever it is, you can take that and apply it to just about anything. It is one of those versatile topics that goes with everything, much like everything bagel seasoning.
Yeah, very true. Thank you, Trader Joe's. And it looks like our druid has now been thrown into a Tinder-esque situation. It looks like we've got the two options of boo and hot.
Yeah. If you don't like someone on a dating app, it's basically saying boo, right?
Yeah. You know what? Moving forward, when you swipe left on Tinder, if you just start sending boo notifications to people's phones, I think that's the way to do it. 45 seconds until the next spinning of the Wheel of Death. And we've got some wide open spaces in the center of the canvas with 2 more spins to come.
Well, as we saw the last match, sometimes those wide open spaces are a good thing and should be preserved for as long as possible. This isn't about the environment. It's just about the canvas. So we've got a decapitated head of a...
Is that a goat?
Yeah, is that a goat? Did you sacrifice a goat?
What else would I sacrifice?
Excellent point.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what else you would sacrifice. And we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Wheel of Death spins once again. Titanium and Danielle getting 2 brand new topics. Titanium, gets unimpressive Transformers, having already used her respin. No respin available. Danielle, you get a Bookworm Dragon, which is literally what it sounds like. It is not a pop culture reference.
Yeah, I was gonna point out the same, but behind the scenes, we were discussing how Danielle's recent pop culture knowledge is minimal, and so I do feel the need to point out that a bookworm dragon is not
Or a
thing
popcorn dragon,
officially, though there's probably a poster in like a library in the Midwest somewhere that just says read and then has like a bookworm dragon on it.
Yes.
And we want you to draw that poster.
Yeah, and our unimpressive Transformer coming together on the left-hand side so far appears to be a can. That's really it. Not very impressive at all. And our Bookworm Dragon coming together very, very quickly in the center of the canvas. Shades of the dragon from X-Men that Kitty Pryde has. Of course, chat's going to yell at me for not knowing its name off the top of my head.
No, they're not. In fact, right now in the chat, we're seeing a whole conversation about how most people feel like they don't get all the pop culture references. So we're all not alone.
Thank you. The foul one, it is Lockheed.
Yes. Lockheed, last name Martin.
And to also echo the chat, it is a darn adorable Bookworm Dragon in the center of the canvas, as DIETANIUM now working on that poster to read in the most death metal-y font possible. So I believe it in fact says "Read."
That is some medieval black letter reading right there.
Yes.
Which probably means it's only for monks.
Very, very true. And the unimpressive Transformer now also appears to have limbs made of plastic spoons. Tremendous. Not very impressive at all.
That its arms are just those little sticks that come in handy snacks, and and its body is a thimble, and it comes in 6 different colors, and they all form together to make a salt shaker.
And just a super art fight top tip: if you come in 6 different colors, see a doctor. Continuing on the canvas here, 2 minutes to the final spin of the Wheel of Death. And it turns out that the unimpressive Transformer is great at picnics.
He's got spoons. They've got spoons, salt, pepper. That's a whole serving set right there. Why
yeah, it is
a serving set Transformer. That would be like the 30-something Transformer that I would see in like an Sky Mall catalog.
Yes. Oh, I miss you, Sky Mall. You were one of the highlights of flying. And in the center,
I miss you flying.
Yeah.
You were one of the highlights of leaving the house.
Not anymore, though. Not at all. Flights sound terrifying. But in the center of the canvas, the Bookworm Dragon now reading 50 Shades of Grey. True talk. I still remember the summer that book got huge. I found myself in Bethany Beach, Delaware, surrounded by random 50-year-old women reading that book. And then I Googled what it was about. Man, did my eyes open that day.
Also, the little thought bubble says, "Oh my goodness." So this is a dragon having its sexual awakening in front of us. While meanwhile,
it's been an evening of sexual awakenings here on Super Art Fight Now.
Yeah, it's like that movie with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro, only sexy.
That took me a minute. That's messed up.
Yeah, it is. The movie's called Awakenings. Anyway, here on the canvas, our Transformer, which I've decided to call Scoop.
Yes.
Got spoons for hands. It'd just be a good name for a little Transformer dude.
I love it.
Yeah. DIETANIUM, did you have a name in mind, though, other than Scoop?
Scoop will suffice. It is very adorable.
And the Wheel of Death is spinning for the last time in this bout. DIETANIUM gets a hot topic, ! While Danielle gets evil vacuum cleaners. Would you like to keep evil vacuum cleaners or use your respin?
This is great. I know all of this shit.
There you go. Wheel of Death giveth, Wheel of Death taketh away. Although I must say, that topic does suck. Thanks, everybody. Catch you all next week.
Oh, wow. That joke is so bad. I should have made it. So our hot topic coming together, at work this week, I actually had to work on a project for Spencer's Gifts, and I was reminded that Spencer's Gifts, A, existed, B, still exists. Who knew?
I certainly didn't know, Ross. I certainly didn't know.
Yeah, fun fact. Meanwhile, here, a hot topic coming together from the pen of DIETANIUM in green, and we're getting words on a shirt. Is that just a T-shirt for the band A Simple Plan?
A Simple Plan, or I think it was Coen Brothers movie A Simple Plan. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see which one it is.
Thing.
Because hot topic these days. You buy band shirts or random pop culture T-shirts. There, it's one of the two.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess it's the band thing, but
it
why
could
not?
be either one.
If there's there's probably more Coen Brothers fans in our audience than pop punk fans at the moment. But like if I had to put the two to fight to the death based on our chat room right now, I would probably give it to Coen Brothers fans.
Yeah,
just a guess.
Yeah. That said, we have not seen the Coen Brothers version of the Warped Tour. That's what I'm really looking forward to. A bunch of 35-year-old
only in Fargo.
Bunch of 35-year-old white dudes walking around talking about how great an actor Oscar Isaac is. It's going to be great. 2 minutes, 49 seconds remaining. As the chat now talking about Hot Topic and mentioning one member of our chat was Hot Topic trash in high school.
Our evil vacuum cleaner is coming together from Danielle over there on the left-hand side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is getting ready to suck up that, well, I guess the whole goat now.
Yeah.
By the way, cute butt on that goat. I think we can all agree.
It is a very fine goat butt.
Though, given the hands and feet on that goat butt, oh, good, the goat butt's now got a thong on, which actually makes it weirder. And
let me see that thong.
I also want to point out that because of the goat head, but the human-looking hand and feet, I think it's more like a Wicker Man, like animal head situation.
Oh no, not the goat head. Oh no, not the goat head.
Yeah, I get more of that vibe. Marty, can you read that dialogue bubble there from the evil?
I would love to read it. It says, "I'm not evil. I just love to suck goat butts."
Nice. Hey, we do
chat,
not.
Go ahead and clip that. Go ahead and clip that, chat.
We do not king shame around here. Okay,
No.
If as long as that goat butt and that vacuum cleaner are cool with it,
Yeah.
go to town. Normally, I'd say clean up first, but it's a vacuum cleaner. Do what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if it's a wet dry vac.
Look, I'm just saying, we got a Dyson not that long ago. It's got a bunch of different attachments, and there's more you can buy online. There's got to be a sexual one. 1 minute remaining in this bout number 2 of 3.
If there was, there'd be a 10-minute Dyson commercial. Here at Dyson, we've made 3,000 different prototypes. I don't know what this accent is. I'm dropping the accent.
Yeah, I was going to say, you went kind of Johnny Ive there.
I don't know what
Aluminium.
it was. Here at Dyson, we've made 3 million prototypes just to make sure that when you attach this vacuum cleaner to your butt, it maintains suction. That's important to us here at Dyson.
Yes.
We got that right. Buy our thing.
Yeah. Dyson pioneers in butt suction. 20 seconds remaining in this, our second bout of 3, and then we are going to throw it to you, the chat, to vote away. Will DIETANIUM pick up the victory award, or will our guest artist Danielle Corsetto come back to Super Hard Fight after over a decade away and have her hand digitally raised in victory. Caps on markers, folks. That's an art fight. Excellent battle here tonight. And now let's go ahead and post that poll in chat. Producer Steve, if you please. And then we will check in with both artists, see how they feel the bout went. All right, the voting has begun. So I'm going to go ahead and start by talking with DIETANIUM. DIETANIUM, we threw a curveball at you with Danielle Corsetto here tonight. How do you think the bout went?
Well, first, I believe you slingshotted a curveball at me. Excuse
Fair.
you.
Fair.
But it was an honor to brutalize the very first guest in our Safneo hallways. I can think of no higher honor to be thrust upon DIETANIUM.
I hope I handled you nicely and had a good time for your first time back in 10 years. Woo!
I gotta say, you came out strong with the catapult, not a trebuchet. I do need to ask, just so I don't feel alone here, do you, DIETANIUM, actually know the difference between a catapult and a trebuchet?
Absolutely fucking not!
That's just what I figured. All right, well, we'll try to get more insight on catapults and trebuchets with the mistress of Slingshots as I turn it over to my friend Ross and Danielle. Ross!
Danielle, I know we tried to do some prep beforehand. We tried to set a nice tone, but it's still drawing live. It's still, a lot coming at you at the same time. And then, let's be honest, sometimes the pen just doesn't want to draw what you want it to draw, which we saw you kind of having to erase a couple things there. How'd it go from your end?
I'm not sure if you noticed, but I actually had to log out and log back in at some
Oh, no! He didn't. That's how smooth you were about it.
I can't describe what happened, but I think the whole canvas started stretching in weird directions.
Okay, well, you roll with the punches and you still got a lot of art in.
This was super fun. I can't believe I haven't done this in a decade. I did feel thrust upon by DIETANIUM, but in a way that I really enjoy it.
Well, as long as it's consensual, we're all for it here at Super Art Fight. But no, I think you managed to get some great art. We're seeing a lot of love in the chat, specifically for the Concerned Dragon, which is always great to see. I would buy a poster of that guy. Especially if that just said "read" under it. Like, that would be great. I would totally buy that. Yeah, and once again, where can people find your comic? I want to make sure we really, really cover this.
Yeah, I should, know what to say to people probably, right? You can go to elephant.town and just do that, because that'll take you wherever I'm supposed to be. So right now, it just takes you to Patreon, where I'm updating every Monday with the comics. You could also just follow me at Corsetto on Instagram, where I'm putting the comics a week late. It's just like updating every maybe 3 to 5 pages, depending on how much time I have per week.
Awesome. And anything else you want to plug while you're here?
I'm still doing, Girls with Slingshots is still doing reruns. We call them chasers. So if you go to girlswithslingshots.com, you can reread it with like a little bit of editor commentary, I guess creator commentary. And
you're redrawing them all from scratch every week, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Producer Steve, do we have a winner?
Wow.
All right. Danielle taking home the victory. What a great illustration, too. Love it.
That is a tremendous victory graphic we've thrown together there. Danielle, congratulations on your victory here this evening. Anything you'd like to say to the fine folks in the chat?
I didn't expect it. I'm not a fighter. I'm just a lover, but I did love my competitor, and I think my love showed through my drawings.
Tremendous.
All right.
Well, Danielle, the door is always open for you anytime you want to throw down. We are here. We'd love to have you again in the future. But thanks for stopping by and having fun with us here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now on the other side of the canvas, DIETANIUM, victory did not go for your favor tonight. How are you feeling?
I am familiar with failure in these Neo realms. It is but, again, a tick in the box getting me closer towards 666. The closer I get, the more brutal I am, and who can complain about that?
Fair. DIETANIUM, We did not get to your plugs when we were chatting earlier. Anything you would like to plug before we let you go for the evening?
When I'm talking like a normal person and you can understand me, well, sort of, you can find me on socials at the Durian Prince, most often on Twitter. I don't know if you can understand me on Twitter because I talk a lot about Grand Blue Fantasy on Twitter, and that's a whole separate language for those of you guys who don't do it. But I also post my art and comics. I have a comic coming out very soon that I'm very, very excited to share. And as always, I'm going to ask you guys to do a little civic duty related thing. There are always a billion and one things that you should be hassling your local representative about, whether that be your city council people, your mayor, your governor. You know that there is a big long list of things we got to call about, including continued protection of the USPS, continued protection of protesters, and donating to bail funds. So keep those phone lines hot. Keep the pressure on them on. Go for it. Be brutal.
And maybe remind you and everyone you know, register to vote. Make sure you're registered to vote.
Please.
Make sure everyone you know is registered to vote. Make sure just everyone they know. It should basically be a pyramid scheme. Only with voting. Like, we need everyone to register to vote. Please all register.
Yes.
And
Tell
in
two
many
friends to
places-
tell two friends to tell two
tell
friends.
two friends. Exactly. Only you can prevent forest fires. So that would be great. All right. Should we go into the next thing?
Well, before that, I did promise a very special show announcement, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to go ahead and say that before we go into the main event. So as you've seen, we here at Super Art Fight, because we cannot be a part of physical conventions, in addition to doing these Twitch streams, we've been doing more and more digital conventions. We were part of the AwesomeCon online weekend. We were a part of Otacon's online weekend. And we decided we would try to dip our toes in the water and be a part of another digital weekend. So it is my honor and pleasure to announce that on Thursday night, and I recognize this might be difficult because we got a lot of East Coasters, but still, Thursday night, September 17th at 8 p.m. Pacific. That's Thursday, September 17th at 8 p.m. Pacific. We will be a part of PAX Online. So Super Art Fight becomes part of PAX once again as they go online. They've got literally like 9 days of content running 24/7 because it's in place of PAX West, PAX Australia, I think PAX Texas. Nevertheless, on Thursday night, September 17th, 8 p.m. Pacific, Super Art Fight will go live.
That's 11 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, 11 p.m.
Anyone wants
Eastern.
to not do the math.
Yes. Thank you, Ross. Of course, more details to come, including the lineup and all that fun stuff as we get closer and closer to the show. But we wanted to tell the world, because we got the email saying, tell the world as soon as you sign off on this. So yes, that will be on September 17th. And there's some other irons in the fire for other fun online content. So stick around, superartfight.com for more. Now,
We're going to wind up doing more shows via Twitch and COVID and staying at home than we ever did in person and live, aren't we?
it's a lot easier. I'll tell you that much, Ross. We don't have to
everyone can
carry
see
the
from
rig
the
from
back.
the parking lot. And,
The
it's
bathrooms
great.
are cleaner.
Yes, it's great. Anyway, folks, this following match is your main event of the evening, and it is for the Super Art Fight Pixel Weight Championship. This bout has been awaited for some time. Earlier this summer, Rave Royale and the defending champion Red Erin collided in a one-on-one contest that went to not one, not two, but 3 straight ties. We called the bout a draw. A Super Art Fight first, although we draw all the time. It was the first time a bout has ended in a draw. And we promised you that later this summer, we would wrap this up. We would have the official collision between artists. We would have a definitive Pixel Weight Championship victor. That, of course, was supposed to happen back on Super Art Fight Neo 8, our last show 2 weeks ago. But unfortunately, the fine folks of Baltimore City decided to nuke an internet cable, and therefore we could not present that match. Tonight, though, both competitors are with us. They're live, they're ready to throw down, and there must be a winner. And now, to introduce the challenger, I pass it to Ross Nover.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, she's got a PhD in partying hard and a master's of sciences in slide whistles and a minor in Spanish and communications. She may have tied for the Pixel Weight Championship the last time she was here, but she is back and in it to win it. Give it up for Rave Royale!
Hello, hello, darlings. Thank you for having me here again. I am so excited.
We are so excited to have you, and I love your everything, but especially the glasses. I feel like the sunglasses are new.
You know what? These are a favorite of mine, and I do believe I have worn them to the last 4 shows because I am consistent, if anything.
Yeah, you. If anyone looks like Lisa Frank is still alive and well, it's you.
It's very, very true, darling. And I have all sorts of Lisa Frank friends adorning myself and my furniture.
Awesome. And I know there's been a lot of buildup to this. The fans have been clawing for this bout to happen once again. How are you feeling coming into it?
I'm actually really excited. And honestly, you know what? This just gives me more opportunities to draw with Red Erin, and she's such a talented artist. So I can only look forward to this each time.
And I'm sorry, you want to destroy her and rip out her throat? Got it. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and now to introduce Rave Royale's opponent, the defending champion. Once again, I turn it to Ross.
All right, the nicest communist who wants everyone to be happy and is out for blood. The Pixel Weight defending champion, your champion, Red Erin.
Hi, hello, my fine friends in the chat. Ross, I feel like these introductions are getting like a little bit more like sounding like I'm mean each time you say one.
Yeah, that's, well, it's a show. We're just trying to promote the show, you know, get the whole idea of the competition out there. That's what
I mean, you have the killer instinct, right, Erin?
I don't think it's so much of a killer instinct as just wanting to do a good job.
Yeah, we know, Erin. We know you want to do a good job.
But I will do my best to do a good job.
Okay. We have no doubt that you will, as this is now your second official defense of the Pixel Weight Championship. Anything you'd like to say to your opponent before this bout gets rolling?
Well, just that I'm super, super excited, super nervous. And also, I think Ross keeps thinking that your glasses are new because they're from the future.
That would explain it.
Yeah,
all right,
okay,
ladies, let's take this to the canvas. Producer Steve, if you please. All right, 20 minutes on the clock. Once again, character classes from Dungeons and Dragons are your starting topics. Rave Royale, going to kick it off with Bard, which is what Rave Royale plays in our Super Art Fantasy game Thursday night, 7:30, right here on this very channel. And on the other side of the canvas, drawing in black, that's Red Erin with Monk. So it's Bards v Monks in the crossover that Tony Shalhoub couldn't even imagine. 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go ahead and get this started. Rave Royale, are you ready?
Woo!
Red Erin, are you ready?
Yes, I super am.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, art fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Pixel Weight Championship. All the weight on this match right now as Rave Royale drawing on the left-hand side in red, while meanwhile on the right-hand side, drawing in black is Red Erin. and Monk versus Bard. Bard versus Monk. Marty, what do you know about bards and monks?
Bards are the ones what sing, and monks typically are bald.
Yep. Yeah, you nailed it.
Typically.
Yeah.
Oh, and it does look like it is Tony Shalhoub appearing on the right-hand side of the canvas.
Yeah, he looks germophobic and kind of concerned.
And has a very attractive comedian daughter.
Oh, okay.
Am I confusing franchises again, Ross?
You know, whenever there's a showbiz daughter that I didn't know about, you're the one that tells me.
Oh, I was making a Marvelous Mrs. Maisel joke. That's what I was going. Tony
okay.
Shalhoub,
I was like,
Papa Maisel.
I was like, I don't know, Rachel Shalhoub? Is there I need to Google?
Oh, wow, and he's got the
it.
spray ready. I guess Monk
Yeah.
knew the inside track where to actually get disinfectant spray, because God knows it is August, and I still have a hard time finding it. And over on the left-hand side, Rave Royale drawing a bard. Rave, are you drawing yourself as a bard?
I am not, darling. I am drawing our cinnamon roll of the Witcher series.
And now I understand, with The Witcher now being written out in the dialogue. My apologies for the confusion. I figured fancy glasses, and to be fair, it's the shade you're drawing in, red hair, had to be Rave Royale, because I know you play a hell of a bard.
Thank you, darling. It is the best class to play, mostly just because you get to mess with everybody.
Very, very true. And you do make a regular trend of doing so. Again, Thursday night, 7:30, this very channel. And our first attack is being literally squirted across the canvas. Well, actually, two attacks going on in unison, as Red Erin fires the disinfectant spray from the right to the left, and we are getting a coin chucked at the head of television's Tony Shalhoub over on the right-hand side. Ross, this type of Shalhoub abuse will not stand in my dojo.
Yeah, I can see why. Now, I would dare say there's kind of a third level of attack, is not only are coins being pelted at Tony Shalhoub, but in fact, there's a whole other microscopic level of germs that are probably hitting him all over the place as we speak. And he is wearing gloves. He is wearing a mask. He's maintaining a 6-foot distance, which I respect immensely. But, you know, he's getting pelted, you know, that who knows where those coins have been? Are they ass pennies? We don't know.
They could be ass pennies. And if you, dear viewer, are not familiar with the ass penny sketch, go ahead, open up another tab, key point, extra tab, and type in ass pennies. We assure you it's a great time. And it looks like, is that Aang, Ross? It looks like Aang throwing some wind right there in the center of the canvas as he leaps in. Although I gotta say, that torso's wide open.
Yeah, Flameo my Hotman.
Yes, and in the lower right-hand side, what appears to be a very, very grumpy Henry Cavill now appearing on the canvas.
All right, and as the Avatar appears, the last Airbender himself, attacking with some wind, which really seems to be reinforcing the Clorox. Meanwhile, actually, I dare say all 4 elements are kind of hitting this poor bard from all angles. We've got wind, we've got fire, we've got water, okay, and earth from above.
I don't see any heart, Ross. That's the important one.
That's a different show, Marty. There's not a Fifth Nation for heart. The heart was with them all. The heart was the friends they made along the way, Marty.
Oh, there's not the little weird kid with the monkey? That's not something that happens here?
That was before the Fire Nation attacked.
I understand. Cloak and Dagger 9 in the chat saying that Aang is becoming Zuko. I was wondering if that's what was happening there with the sweet addition of the ponytail up top. But the Wheel of Death now spinning. Rave Royale, Red Erin getting the first ones there. Extreme Esports for Rave Royale. Red Erin getting Finding Jesus from the Wheel of Death. Rave Royale, would you like a respin?
Yes, please, darling.
All right. Red Erin, would you like a respin?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Red Aaron gonna stick with Jesus, but Rave Royale gets to just add ninjas. A great topic to get this early on. You can toss ninjas everywhere, and that's not just a military strategy. That's a true thing for the Super Art Fight canvas.
Now, on the right-hand side, we talked about this in a previous match, but I'll go on record and say it again. You know, a lot of artists have kind of a signature move in a lot of different ways. For Red Aaron, I would dare say it's a certain chibi style. For Baron von Sexyful, it's drawing a lot of tentacles and some, honestly, let's just go ahead and say body horror. While I gotta give it up for Rave Royale, who once again comes in, draws quite the maw on Tony Shalhoub.
Yes.
We're getting a creepy, crazy mouth, jaw, jowls. I don't know what to even call this thing. It kind of looks like the creepy alien kids from Galaxy Quest.
Yes, but more importantly,
it's also Naruto.
Yes, there's an incredible Naruto headband atop the head of Monster Shalhoub.
Yeah, you know, she's just adding ninjas, Marty. She's just adding ninjas.
Yes, and we are looking to find Jesus somewhere on this canvas. I can say, though, I believe I found Ross in the lower left. Not Jesus,
yeah,
though. There's
Ross in the lower left, but also in the middle. If you look, you kind of squint and you look in the top middle. I believe
there he is.
Jesus, or as he's known in the UK, Wally.
Yes, Wally Christ making an appearance now on the canvas. Absolutely gorgeous rendering. But hang on, tentacles now being added on to the found Jesus by the pen of Rave Royale. Rave Royale again in red, Red Aaron, weirdly enough, in black. And we are just seeing some of that creepiness that Rave Royale brings to the canvas come together as these tentacles are coming out of Jesus.
No, sorry, I got lost trying to think of the like Church of Wally and all of the names that would come off of that. But we've got the tentacles coming in the bottom left-hand corner. We've got Red Aaron like excitedly drawing, but then right next to it, Rave Royale excitedly drawing back. It's a real little duel there in the bottom left-hand corner, Marty.
Yeah, and I do believe it is an angel of Red Aaron and a little devil version of Rave Royale. they are literally the angel and devil on that side of the canvas.
Yeah, you know, if I expected two art fighters, one to give me advice that was probably good for me at the end of the day, and the other to give me advice that's really good in the short term, but really bad in the long term, it would be Rave Royale and Red Aaron. That's about accurate. Erin would be like, no, don't steal the candy. It's probably good to put it back. Someone needs it. And Rave would be like, what? Steal the candy. Steal 5 more. I could use candy. Let's get candy.
Why did you just make Red Aaron sound like she was 70 years old?
Oh, I don't know.
When did Red Aaron become Mrs. Doubtfire in our third
hello,
Robin Williams
dearies.
reference of the evening?
Oh, it's just a little bit of indigestion.
Great news, everybody. Geralt on the far right playing hide and seek. He will be searching for Jesus in that canvas, it appears.
Oi, Geralt, Marty. Oi, Geralt.
Yes. And I believe the adorable flame from Howl's Moving Castle now appearing on the left-hand side of the canvas.
May all your bacon burn, Zuko. Which is kind of a combination, because again, we've got Red Aaron who drew the flame, then Rave Royale who turned it into this cartoon character and added the dialogue. You know, I appreciate all the colors, but even still calling it out, it's important to really keep track of. We've got the dad fish from Finding Nemo, Marlin? Is his name Marlin?
The dad fish was named Marlin, yes.
Yeah, because I guess instead of finding Nemo, he's finding Jesus.
And the Wheel of Death spinning once again. Rave Royale, Red Aaron. Rave Royale does not have a respin. Red Aaron does. Rave Royale, guess what, buddy? It's morphin' time. And Red Aaron gets to catch these hams. Red Aaron, will you take your respin?
Yeah, I will respin.
Respin for Red Aaron.
All right. not a ham catcher. I do want to point out Tony Shalhoub now has quite the creepy face, is a Naruto ninja, and also shooting blood in a spray bottle across the canvas, Marty.
Yes.
Thanks to Rave Royale.
Yes, thank you, Rave Royale, for firing blood across the canvas. Red Erin, your new topic, by the way, robot farm animals. So it's Morphin time versus robot farm animals. Basically, we are getting a rural version of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where basically the Zords are made up of robot farm animals, I guess.
Actually, they just all get on tractors.
And I'm hearing shout outs to Calcifer in the chat. So Calcifer appeared on the canvas, I guess. Artist, would you confirm or deny Calcifer's appearance?
Yes, Calcifer is the little fire guy saying, "May all your bacon burn, Zuko."
Okay. That's his name. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Now I knew he was a little fire guy, but I couldn't remember his name. I just knew it was Billy Crystal in the dub. That's all I got. 8 minutes, 26 seconds. I gotta say, Ross, I don't know about you, but it is infinitely kinder to be corrected via the chat versus during a live show at a club.
100% agree, Marty. 100% agree.
This is much nicer.
Much rather someone kindly saying, it's this actually, than as opposed to 20 people going, no, it's that. Yeah, it's way better.
It's Pikachu, you piece of crap. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And that's literally what they say sometimes.
So our robot farm animals now coming together towards the bottom of the canvas. You can see Calcifer got turned into one on the left, and we've got a very Far Side-esque robot cow in the lower right, and it is legitimately morphing time as a creepy bug snake thing is being turned into a Power Ranger.
Yeah, I believe that's a reference to Kafka's The Metamorphosis, Marty.
Oh, wow. Deep cut from Rave Royale. That's the type of cuts that help you establish yourself as a Super Art Fight Pixel Weight champion. But will it be enough to speak to the crowd watching at home? We'll find out in just over 7 minutes as you, the chat, will vote Rave Royale, Red Erin, winner walks away, Pixel Weight champion, and there must be a victor. And thank you to Blueberry Vino for just now following us. Much appreciated. 6 minutes, 45 seconds to go in this one final spin of the Wheel of Death, coming at that 5 minute mark. Respins used by both competitors. So whatever they get at the 5 minute mark comes into play. Ross, we knew this was going to be a hell of a main event. You have Rave Royale, Red Erin, both of whom have had incredible records during this Super Art Fight Neo process. They're both coming off of victories at Otakon last weekend, and you can see the excitement and practice paying off here in this main event. Who do you think, Ross, I'm going to put you on the spot, has had the better showing so far?
I mean, Marty, when I look at this canvas, and I don't know if it's ink covers or what, but I ink colors, but I see a lot of Red Erin's artwork, and then I see Rave Royale turning it into something else. You know, that seems to be the narrative that really comes across to me at a glance. And again, I've been kind of transfixed as what started as Marlin the fish is now a creepy creature eating poor Jesus's face. And we've got Tony Shalhoub maw. We've got blood being shot across the canvas. I mean, we've just got some real clever turns on this canvas that I can't seem to turn away from. And that honestly is a testament to two great artists working at the top of their game. But I do see a bit of, a little bit of a rhythm going down here of Erin focusing on creating, whereas we've got Rave Royale focusing on editing.
Final spin of the Wheel of Death, Ross. Here we go. Two final topics for both artists. Sorry to cut you off, but Rave Royale, continuing your run of squiddy topics. You get Squid Pro Quo, while it's going to get Jossum for Red Erin as you get Street Sharks. Street Sharks. Street Sharks, of
An
course,
Oceanic
brought
round.
to the world at Toy Fair by Vin Diesel. That's not a joke. Google Vin Diesel Street Sharks.
What?
Yeah, Vin Diesel was the model at Toy Fair to introduce Street Sharks to buyers all across the world. It's not a joke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was
The
before he
match
was
no
like
longer matters.
it was before he was like Vin Diesel, capital V, capital D. But yeah, it's pretty.
I don't know if the show matters anymore. I gotta look this up. No, it does. I'm kidding. But that's Jossum.
Yes.
Over here on the
Quid
canvas,
pro
we've got our
quo.
street shark. Yeah, we've got our street shark in the top left, saying his catchphrase "do do 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 do."
Yes.
Erin, any comment?
Like, it's actually do 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 do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Going
oh,
for the-
I get
the-
it.
The West Side Story. Yeah. Yeah. Going
Great.
for
So
that.
we've
then.
got the Sharks versus the Jets, literal Sharks versus, I assume, only literal Jets. While now our Squid Pro Quo appearing in the bottom right.
Mhm.
Really,
And
it looks
causing a
almost
lot of death
summoned
and
by.
destruction for free.
Yeah, it looks almost summoned by Tony Shalhoub to maybe help him solve crimes.
Yes. That is actually the plot of the finale of Monk.
Yeah, it turns out that the squid was the one that killed his wife the whole time.
Yeah.
And you've got the police chief being like, now, Monk, I don't know what this squid is, but you gotta get out of here.
Thank
I don't know
you
what that
to
was.
Peter Raven for following us. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining the fun here at Super Art Fight. And now Aang's crotch has rarely looked angrier as it appears to be turning into
Angrier.
a hammerhead shark. Sorry. Yeah, angrier, if you will.
Yeah, I
Yes.
get it.
He's got a hammerhead shark crotch.
Yep, he sure does. He sure does, Marty.
Now we've got a weird squiddy animal coming together from the pen of Rave Royale. 2 minutes, 15 seconds in this your
Oh,
main
that's
event
Wilt.
of the evening. Oh, Wilt.
We're getting some wilt action here on
Nice.
the canvas. Yeah. Why not? Get all the cartoons in there. Why
Yeah.
not?
No, you know what? That is a wheelhouse, much like gore and horrific illustrations that Rave Royale does very well in. She really is a dichotomy, that Rave Royale. She can draw adorable and cute things and then also horrifying and downright terrible things on the Super Art Fight canvas. This is why, if and when we get to do live shows again, Rave Royale is a true joy on the Super Art Fight Unleashed canvas. Check it out when we're allowed to go outside.
Yeah, because there's one thing we are not doing is Super Art Fight Unleashed in any recorded medium.
Thank you, Skip a Beat, for the follow. Thanks for joining the fun here at Super Art Fight. And we've got 1 minute, 17 seconds in this your main event of the evening for the Pixel Weight Championship. Champion Red Erin defending against challenger Rave Royale, and there must be a winner. Ross, with a minute to go, what are you seeing pop up? Looks like we got an adorable shark in a box up there in the top right.
Yeah, we're getting sharks in boxes. I'm looking for new things happening, and new things are happening all the time. We're getting a shark biting down on some tentacles from Red Erin right in the middle of the canvas. I just keep seeing Tony Shalhoub's eyes and just how strained his poor expression looks. And this is really a testament to both artists, but like everything happening on Tony Shalhoub is how many times have we said Shalhoub in this? This is
Not nearly enough.
insane.
Is Tony Shalhoub on Cameo? If so, I'm going to get him to record something for the next show.
Cannot wait for that. It's gonna be, hi, I'm Tony Shalhoub, and I don't know what's happening, but I guess you're watching Super Art Fight.
10 seconds remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 10 seconds remaining in the main event, as now Ross gets some tremendous shark teeth down in the lower right.
Heck yeah!
Caps on markers. That is your main event. This has been an Art Fight. All right, everybody. All eyes on the poll. Producer Steve, if you can post it in let's find out who the victor will be. Rave, Royale, Red, Erin. There must be a winner. And while that goes on, let's sit down and talk with our competitors. Rave, Royale, an incredible matchup here. You've definitely brought your A game. What do you feel was your best topic on the canvas here tonight?
Oh man, my best topic. Honestly, I was super excited about the squid, but little weeb heart deep down inside was just squeeing to draw Hidden Leaf Village headbands on people, honestly.
It's a very, very nice move. I enjoyed seeing them all pop up. It felt like it was 2009 at conventions all over again. That being said, on the other side of the table, what topic really threw you for a loop do you feel like you had the most difficult time with? Rave?
Oh, sorry. I pay attention. I promise. I assumed when you said other side of the canvas, I thought you were talking to Erin.
Yeah.
The topic I had the most difficulty with. Honestly, I was genuinely excited to draw all of them. Mostly
Awesome.
just to warp all of them.
That's great. That's great. Well, now to chat with the person that was on the opposite side of the canvas, I'd like to turn over to Ross and Red Erin. Ross.
Yeah, so Red Erin, a close match, a heated match, one that sent you all over the canvas and back again. You got in little angels, Jesus, sharks, robots. I mean, all of what was your favorite thing?
Well, I really like when like synergy happens on the canvas. So when we got to draw like sharks and squids at the same time, like that kind of stuff really, really amuses me. But also props to Marty that we had twin brain about Monk because that was definitely my plan from the beginning.
That makes me so happy. It makes me so incredibly happy. But the question, of course, is, was that enough to get yourself the victory here tonight? We know Rave Royale has been an excellent challenger to you here. But I have to ask, what was the challenge for you on the canvas? What was the curveball you weren't expecting?
Oh gosh, definitely robot farm animals. I don't know that I'm too familiar with robot or farm animals. So I was definitely just going by the seat of my pants for that one and doing the best I could. But like Rave was saying, I think there was a lot of like opportunities to add to existing things here, so that was appreciated.
And the final seconds tick on by, ladies and gentlemen. And I am pleased to say we do have a victor in a hard-fought bout. The tie has officially been broken. Producer Steve, if you please. Red Erin continues on as Super Art Fight Pixel Weight champion. 27 votes to 23. I was watching the results, biting my nails. Incredibly close. For most of the countdown, it was literally a one-vote race in either direction. A hell of a match.
Made me so nervous.
A hell of a match between two great art fighters. Rave Royale, let's chat with you first. Unfortunately, tonight, the vote was not in your favor, but I have no doubt this is not the last time we see you in a Pixel Weight Championship bout. How are you feeling? Anything you'd like to say to the chat or your fellow artists?
I mean, I got to turn Monk into a demon with the maw. You know what? I had a great night. Tremendous. Anything you'd like to plug? Yes, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on any of my social media at Pixel Ivy. I have Pixel Ivy art, Pixel Ivy cosplay, and my regular one, Pixel Ivy. And if you feel like following me on Twitch, it is also Pixel Ivy as well.
Tremendous. Thank you again, Rave Royale. And like I said, I'm sure we'll be seeing you in the main event picture again real soon. Red Erin, on the other side of the bout, you have officially broken the tie. You continue on with this reign as Pixel Weight champion. What's going through your head right now?
Oh gosh, everything has flown out of my head. My heart is trying to beat out of my chest, but I really appreciate the folks that voted for me, and this bout was awesome. Thank you so much, Rave, and I shall continue to, bring the fire next time.
Well, I hate to take your mind off of this match immediately and have you think about what's coming up next, but last show, Neo 8, we saw Two Drink Alex win the one-night tournament to become a future contender for your championship belt. Anything you'd like to say to Two Drink Alex, who I'm sure is watching at home?
Well, we're definitely both fellow weeaboos, so I'm kind of hoping that something about that happens on the canvas. We'll see.
All right, we shall see. Anything you'd like to plug before we let you go, champ?
Absolutely. Where you can find my art. That is twitch.tv/superartfight. Come on back now, y'all.
It never gets old. Ross, we've had ourselves
Yes,
a hell of an evening, haven't we?
Oh man, what a good one. We had our first special guest. So happy to have Danielle back. We had a fantastic defense of the Pixel Weight Championship, and we know that is going to be contested in the future. And we had an amazing opening bout thanks to Stevie Speed and Bunny.
Yes.
You couldn't ask for anything more. All of that, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. Look at that. We are ticking away, getting things done. I get to go to sleep at a normal hour. This is a great day.
Well, again, we want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us and joking along with us and voting all evening long. It's been a real joy. Again, thank you to all the artists, Bunny, Stevie, Speed, DIETANIUM, guest artist Danielle Corsetto, and of course our main event artists Rave, Royale, and Red Erin. An absolutely tremendous show. Producer Steve in the booth, kicking ass as always. Thank you, sir, for making us look and sound as good as possible. Ross, my dear friend, a real joy and a real pleasure.
It has been my absolute pleasure, Marty. And I want to remind you all one more time, go check out our Patreon. We would love to see you all support us. That ongoing support at any level, even $1, is great stability for us, especially as we're trying to figure out new things we can do and how to do them, especially in this time where equipment and just buying something might actually make the difference to doing something or not. And also be sure to check out our t-shirts over at our store. We've got a Bunny shirt. We've got a DIETANIUM shirt. We've, of course, got many of the artists that you've seen here tonight. A Rave Royale shirt. Who am I missing, Marty? We've got a
whole slew of t-shirts. That's superartfight.etsy.com. It's where you want to go for that merch. And of course, superartfight.com is the home for all things Super Art Fight, upcoming shows, a link to submit to the wheel, a link to buy merch, all of it right there. Superartfight.com. Next Saturday night will be a casual Saturday stream, so keep an eye on our social media at Super Art Fight to find out what we've got planned for that. The next Super Art Fight Neo, which, holy crap, is the 10th edition of Super Art Fight Neo, will be coming up on August the 22nd. But until next time, for all the artists, all of the staff, all of the great people who put on this great show, I've been Marty Day. And until next time, 1, register to vote. 2, please keep wearing masks and take care of yourselves. We'll catch you all next time. Bye.